Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming, and in this video we're not actually going to be opening up Wizards of the Coast booster packs. We're going to look over some stuff that I bought. I bought quite a few different little things, and I'd just like to go into them a little bit more in depth than I normally do. Some of the PSA cards will be self-explanatory. Some of the other stuff, maybe not so much. We might end up opening something, I don't know. I think I'm going to save it for another video where we open up the some of the items I'm going to show you guys. But alright, so first I'm going to start off with... right here I have 3 more additions for my PSA 10 collection set. All 3 of these are from Aquapolis. We knocked out 3 of the rares. Got the 25, 37, and the number 40. I won all 3 of these in auction. And for those of you who have been helping me out with these sets, it's tough. I've got a lot of PSA 10 holos that I still want to get. The reverse holos just from the Legendary Expedition, Aquapolis, and Skyridge, I think it's still over 200 cards. And then the regular holos, I think it's under 50 now. And that includes all the sets from base through Skyridge, but includes the variations like the 1999 2000 base, first edition unlimited error sets like Jungle No Symbol, that kind of stuff. So we're getting closer on that, and then this right here, we're chipping away at it slowly. These are easier to find in general, but some of the cards are pretty tough, and they get very expensive because there's so many. Next up, I have a Machamp. Got this one from, I believe it was Jolteon Joey on Instagram. He hooked me up with a few other cards recently too. So that's from the Legendary Collection, the very first reverse holo set. Here's another one. I got a Vulpix Gem Mint 10. This guy had it listed on eBay. I think he said he thought it might be a misgrade because of that little ring light is kind of annoying, ain't it? I don't know, there's something on here, but to me it looked pretty good. He said he expected an 8 or a 9, but I think maybe that right there. See that little white? I think maybe it was missed. Sorry, I've been playing out in the dirt, and that's where I had a hangnail. But they are completely washed, I promise you. Just sometimes when you play out in the red mud, it gets a little stained. Next up, I bought one of these. This is the Charizard from Evolutions, the pre-release. And I'm looking to get a sealed pack graded. I just have added to my collection set. I knew that the staff didn't come sealed, but I forgot that the non-staff pre-release did. So I'm going to try to grade this pack. In fact, I got another one. I'll show that one here in a few minutes. These I picked up for 9108. What is that? That's the Charmander right there. I picked them up for about $1,000 or so. So if you have any of these, I might be willing to buy them. Next up, I have a Poliwrath and a Magneton First Edition PSA 9. Picked them up for a good price, between $1,000 and $1,500. Been trying to pick up some of those here and there, just because I think they're pretty underrated for First Edition holographics that you get mint 9 from the very first edition base set. So either that, they are off, or the base set packs are off. This one actually comes with a note. It said, "Hey Rusty, thank you for the purchase. Hope you and your family are doing well, or are well. I've been collecting and watching your channel since August 2019. Nice, almost a year and a half. Watching you open packs, having genuine excitement and appreciation for the artwork of the cards, and completing PSA sets sent me on a collecting spree, completing many of the original WotC First Edition holo sets. Sadly, time has come to part with some amazing cards equaling about half of my collection. Just want to thank you for sharing and reminding the community this is not just about money and flashy YouTube channels. It's about the players and collectors who give all these cards value because they mean something to each of us. Thank you, Marcus and Erica." And then there's his IG, Pokey_stack. And this guy, he actually had a lot of stuff for sale. He had some other PSA 9 First Editions I made some offers on. And we couldn't come to an agreement on some of them, but for the most part, every card that he had listed was the cheapest on eBay. And he gave me a little bit of a discount on these. And I was glad that he did, because like I said, we made a little bit of a deal. But he had some other stuff too, probably sold. But if it hasn't, I would go check him out. So thank you for that, Pokey Stack. Next, I also have another Charizard, and then this one came with the Machamp. Got this one actually cheaper than this one. I think this one was just over $1,000. These two were $950. There are several others listed between $1,500 and $2,000, $2,500. But when I got 2 very quickly for right at the $1,000 mark. I'm probably not going to go higher than that at the moment because I only need 1 for my collection set, and maybe one of those 2 packs will grade a 10. Next up, I have this right here. This is an inverted Mewtwo. I saw this come up, and I knew that there was another collector looking for him, but he was wanting them in better condition, so then I went for it. And I think I got it for 1,500 bucks. You can kind of see right there, you know, it's got damage along the edges, so it's not in perfect condition, but these are pretty rare. Mewtwo's tough to find, so I went ahead and picked this one up. I think I've got 2 Mewtwo's now. I think I've got at least 3 Pikachus. I think I've got 2 Dragonites. I don't know if I have 2 Electabuzz, but they're pretty tough. So I love arrows and I like promos, and it's a Mewtwo. So the inverted promos, I pick them up if I can get them for a reasonable price. Next up, I have these. We have an Overgrowth theme deck, and it has this weird, you know, the funky seal that goes around the edges that a lot of people will think are guaranteed shadowless. We don't know yet. We haven't seen any that aren't shadowless, but we haven't seen but a few. This one's a Zap. The deck's on the top half, which is a good indicator. It doesn't have that funky seal, but you know, maybe it is shadowless. We're probably going to open that one. We've got Blackout, same thing. Got the little funky seal right there. And then last we have the Brushfire that has this funky seal, and I'm definitely going to open this one because I'm still chasing that no damage Ninetales, and I'd like to just pull one from one of these decks. And most likely I'm going to waste some money trying to do it, but I didn't buy these cheap, that's for sure. And basically when I open these things up, if they don't have Shadowless cards, it's a complete bust. If they don't have the no damage Ninetales, then you know it's not too bad, but at least if they're at least Shadowless, we're doing good. And then last but not least for this video, we have something new. We have a 1999-2000 Charizard, which actually has that specific designation now. You can see right there. I kind of got lucky with this one. It was already graded, you know, Gym at 10, so I had it reholdered, but I put a value of 80 grand on it because I believe these to be much more rare and hard to find. So I went over the top, you know, probably on the value, you know, for what one of these would catch in an auction. But because I did that and I paid the extra, you know, amount on the reholder, it went through much more quickly. I don't know if that would be the case for all reholders, but this one didn't sit there too long, so I was happy with the turnaround time. They pushed it through very quick and got it back to me. And I believe this is the first one in the pop. We saw the pop go down 1 on the regular and limited, and then this one jumped into the regular population. So thank you PSA for finally recognizing the set. Hopefully we can, you know, that'll happen with a Fossil 1999-2000 set soon, and then maybe for like the Blaine's Charizard, instead of, you know, labeling corrected and error, you know, just put like a fire energy, you know, variation on those. That way all the ones that are already labeled as the regular, you know, those don't get stuck in the system as corrected ones. They just kind of stay in there as the regular, and then if anyone has one with a fire energy, which is the corrected symbol, they make a specification for that, because normally you don't have a label for a corrected card. You maybe a second print or, you know, something like that where it differentiates it, but you don't have to relabel all the ones that are currently graded that are the regular error version. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys or not, but like with this it was easy because there was a change, so all the ones that were already not the 1999-2000 were fine. But if we put in there that if we started making the Blaine's Charizards with the fighting symbol errors, then all the ones that were previously graded were going to be incorrect, and that's the majority of them. So you want to cater to the variants, and that's what they did with this. And you know, for the Blaine's Charizard and for the Rocket's Minefield, that's what you'd have to do. You know, maybe do some kind of variation, you know, qualifier for just whatever, you know, changed, even if it was correcting an error. Don't label it as a corrected card or an error card, because then you have to go back and change all the previous ones, and that causes problems. And so with this, they did it right. I'm glad they did it this way, and I hope they do the same thing with Fossil as well. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, I'm just showing purchases in this video. Maybe we'll do another video where I open up the Brushfire and maybe check out the Zap too, see if these are fossil or shadowless theme decks. I believe this one's, you know, taking a chance, you know, might be shadowless. This one, it should be. But will we get the no damage Ninetales? That's where the big hitter is. If we can hit the no damage Ninetales, then we've done something and put it on camera, which would be really epic. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll have another one coming out really soon. Thanks.